30, 40 miles per hour, but Livingston is getting the strongest.
That's 1-800-742-7800 for free DR details.
When can you come home?
I don't know.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
With the exceptional purchase power of Visa Platinum, you can throw caution to the wind and fly across an ocean to be with the one you need, the one you miss, the one you love.
Hello?
And so can she.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
As often as it takes. Visa Platinum, it's everywhere you want to be.
Now, your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
You are spending this Tuesday under rainy skies in most of the Northeast. Good afternoon and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Jill Brown.
And I'm Dan Atkinson. Parts of the Ohio Valley are seeing their own share of precipitation with a wintry mix in the upper Midwest. We'll have those details in a moment, but let's start in the Northeast. It is a messy day for those of you in the Big Apple. The wind and rain makes umbrellas and raincoats a necessity if you're headed out. Today's high will only reach into the mid-40s. The rain should begin to move out just in time for your evening commute. And you had to deal with icy roads and sidewalks this morning in Worcester, Massachusetts. Light freezing rain slowed down traffic as well as pedestrians. Temperatures will slowly creep up this afternoon, so the icy threat will be over, but use precautions as you head home this evening there in Worcester. Right now you're getting some light to moderate rain in Worcester and in New York City. We'll put the radar into motion and you can see conditions have certainly improved for you in Philadelphia as the rain has pushed on toward the north and east, and it's also more mild weather for you as the temperatures are climbing. In fact, the winds we were talking about in New York City are coming out of the southeast and boosting your temperature above average for this time of year. The leading edge of that warm air is indicated here as a warm front stretching out of the low pressure area just about over you in the Philadelphia area and tracking on toward the north and east. This, of course, the same system that has brought rainy weather slowly creeping across the eastern portion of the country for days and days. It is now beginning to pick up some speed and move on out. But as it makes its move, it is spreading some wintry precipitation across New England. If you now have light snow falling, as is the case across much of Maine, look for that to change over ultimately to freezing rain. If you're in an area where there's some freezing rain, as is happening now in some spots in some of the colder valley areas where Arctic air is trapped, do look for the freezing rain to change over to rain. So you're in a period of transition, and by this evening it looks like most of the wintry precipitation will be in the state of Maine. But for now, through the Connecticut River Valley, look out. Could run into some icy bridges and overpasses. You're getting a sleet and rain mix now around Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and rainy travel along I-95 through southern portions of New England with a wintry mix if you're going to be traveling I-95 through down East Maine. Meanwhile, the wider view of the radar shows the precipitation making its way on toward the north and east. northeast. And although there is not heavy rain associated with this, there is a potential for some flooding as a result of snow melt and ice jam-induced flooding, with a flood watch in effect for portions of southeastern New York State, western Massachusetts, and western Connecticut. Temperatures above freezing now in Boston, 37, and well above in New York City with 53 this hour. You are already about 14 degrees above your average high for this time of year. 55 now in Philadelphia, 48 degrees in Washington, D.C. Across the southeast, we do have temperatures reaching the 70s across areas like New Orleans, 71 degrees, with the potential for a sprinkle in the Crescent City today. Panama City, 64, a cool 50 in Atlanta, 65 in Charleston, and in Miami you are 78 degrees. There's a frontal system moving across the southeast, but not a lot of moisture to work with. It could very well touch off just a few sprinkles this afternoon in the Birmingham area, maybe a passing shower in Atlanta tonight, but not looking for this to be much of a weather maker. Simply a reinforcing shot of some Pacific air, actually, so don't look for a big drop in your temperatures as this front comes through. But there are a few sprinkles occurring across the state of Florida, some showers coming in off the Gulf and passing on through the Tampa area, moving now through Orlando and affecting you in the Daytona Beach area, minimally affecting travel along I-95, but if you're going to be out toward the Disney complex today, keep an umbrella handy, and around New Orleans, you could very well have a sprinkle or two during the afternoon and on into the evening. Let's check out the Midwest and the West. Here's the story on that from Jill.
Okay, thanks, Dan. Those of you in the western Great Lakes, well, you're dealing with a little bit of light snow today, but it is ending quickly. Let's check it out. Here's a look at the latest radar. And in Marquette, there is snow being reported, not quite over to Sault Ste. Marie, ending in Wisconsin. There may be a few flurries left, but they're not even showing up on radar. And then the rest of what you see here is rain. That's just been the story since really the beginning of the year. We've had such a mild winter since January in most places that we've had more rain than snow. So it is rain this time. And I tell you, after that, let's see, what was it, second week in January when we got blasted with as much as 2 feet of snow, that may be just fine. So we had that brief round, otherwise quiet conditions. So a little bit of light rain. It's 42 in Detroit. No signs of any cold air coming your way. And at 45 in Cleveland, of course, you're not going to end up with any snow here. But Marquette is 31 with snow. Green Bay, look, 37, so it should be rain showers, if anything, left through here. Northern Plains, well above average for this time of year. Now factor in the winds, and it makes it feel sort of typical. 13 in Minneapolis is closer to your average high than what the actual temperature is. 13 is what it feels like in Minot as well. But the real strong winds and the colder wind chills are farther west. We have a strong flow coming in from the Pacific. So again, not really cold air, but the winds are kicking up. And where you see the blue here could be gusts over 50 miles per hour. This 69 here is Livingston, Montana, always one of the points with the stronger winds. Downsloping winds will blow stronger than maybe 70 miles per hour at times. Yeah.